Hello there, it's Jennifer McCreath, Sunday, May 29th, 2011. Another exhausted video from the bed with me looking awful. But it's all good news today. Ran a half marathon today, something I don't do too often. Only my second official half marathon, which is my second time running the not so hilly half marathon in Mount Pearl, Newfoundland, Labrador, Canada. 2 years ago, much similar situation. I came into the race having just run a whole bunch of full marathons. I came in with very sore knees, as I did today. Halifax last weekend I'm convinced it almost killed me. That was a very rough run. The knees were mush. Had a pretty good recovery week, I guess. Could barely move, could barely walk all week. My knee buckled on me about 28 times a day, just trying to walk up the stairs. Went for a light jog on Friday, home from work there. Probably not the best way to prepare for any run is to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning hanging out with friends. I don't know. Hi, Jennifer. Let's get together. Yeah, great idea. I had a great time last night, though. I won't get into details there about that. But yeah, I had about 4 hours of sleep. Got to bed about 2 o'clock. Woke up at 5. Hit the snooze button. Slept till 6. Half marathon. It's amazing how there was no pressure on me. Well, different type of pressure, I suppose. Cardiovascular endurance and fitness are so critical in the full marathon. Half marathons, it's a sprint, really. It's a warm-up. I didn't really need to worry as much about preparation. It's like, let's just get up and put on the gear and run. We don't have to worry about, well, you do, but not to the extent to worrying about things like hydration management, emptying out the bowels and all that sort of stuff. A lot easier to run a half marathon without going pee or poop than a full. So there I was. It's like, wow, we don't have to take it easy. We can get out here and run as hard as we can. And the only real concern is whether or not the knees would turn back to mush. I always sort of like to have a goal. I was thinking, well, we've run the last few marathons at about 7.5 to 8 minutes a K. Why not go for 6-minute Ks and see if you can keep it up? So off we went, and it worked. K after K. Felt, as always, it takes me a couple K to get warmed up, but I was ready to go. 3K into the race. My stopwatch didn't set properly, so that was a little bizarre. I had to guess exactly how far along I was in terms of time. I was pretty close, though. But K after K, 6 minutes after 6 minutes, give or take a few seconds here or there, depending on whether or not I had to stop to grab Gatorade or if there's a little bit of a hill here and there. I had a couple of Ks that were 5.5 to kind of make up for time, but much like when I ran it 2 years ago, the goal was 5-minute Ks. I was obviously in much better shape and less affected by hormone replacement therapy. But yeah, again, I felt pretty strong all the way through. 12 to 13K, the knees, did their thing. But I'm like, you know what? Just bolt it. It's not that far. It's not that long. It won't give you the brutal week of recovery that the full marathon does. So I pushed hard, and when I hit 16, 17K, kind of like, again, 2 years ago, it's like, well, I think we can pick up the pace a little bit here. So I started running about 5.5-minute Ks, and the last K I zoomed right by about 5 or 6 other runners. And it's always, not that you really care how others do, you're just there to set your goal and run your race, but it's nice to know that you're out there doing well. You're strong. You're meeting your expectations, and you see other people who are in much better shape struggling. It's just, I don't know, kind of interesting, shall we say. There's a double loop around an industrial park which means you run the risk of being lapped by the faster runners. Last year in September, I ran the full marathon around the same loop, and I think I got lapped by almost everybody. That's how bad it was. Only the 3 elites managed to lap me, and that was fine. It's actually quite inspirational to be out there on the roads with the best distance runners in the province. Amazing athletes, and a lot of them are very nice people as well. They're quite happy to have a chat with me or anyone else that wants to say hello and wish them well. Yeah, the goal was 2:06:36. I came in at 2:05:38. Mission accomplished. I had a car rental, which I had to take to the airport, so I had a nice little 7K run home after that. And then went and fed some ducks and visited some cats at the animal shelter and walked home, sat in it's sunny. The run was beautiful. Perfect weather for running. About 6 to 8 degrees, cloudy, little bit of drizzle. But it warmed up. It was a great afternoon, 18 degrees, almost like summer. So I had a nice sit outside in the sun. Got a little bit too much sun, I think, on the face actually. And promptly came home and I've been zonked out for 4 or 5 hours. That run, it's amazing how a marathon takes a lot out of you, because you're running the tank empty and you're burning fat and muscle just to survive, but you're not really going at it hard. In this half, I was bolting it as hard as I could, and that's a long time to be bolting it as hard as you can. So I was a different type of stress on the body, I guess. Zonked out, literally 5 hours, took a nap. Anyway, I'm finally waking up here, having a little supper, and shooting some videos, and doing some other things. Ugh, my. But, yes, now we're back into training for a while. Telly 10-mile road race at the end of July here in St. John's, Newfoundland's biggest sporting event. I'd love to have a great showing there during Pride Week. And then, of course, the end of August, we run the Quebec City Marathon, my goal race. The goal is 3 hours and 25 minutes. Yeah, we'll see if we can come close to that. On that note, a good friend of mine ran the Ottawa Marathon today in 3:26 and got herself into Boston, so congratulations. Yeah, I hope to join you there in Boston. Join so many other people I know. It's fun to know people in the running community all over North America. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. God, I gotta do next time I turn the camera on, I promise I'm gonna do the makeup, I'm gonna have the hair, I'm gonna look nice and pretty for you, because yeah, I kinda look brutal, but oh well, it's a running update, it's not a beauty contest. Still working on the voice. It's gonna take a lot of effort to get the voice to where it needs to be. It's been interesting to get the feedback from people, whether or not they think the voice is good or not. Because people know this voice, obviously. They've known this voice for years, decades. So if you come up with something a little different, it's not really me, is it? Well, sort of, but yeah, we'll keep working away and try to make it sound a little more natural, because this doesn't really sound too good, but well, let's sign off. Thank you very much for watching.